What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Thursday. Hope everyone's having a good day. Today, I'm going to be covering a buzzworthy new coin that just hit exchanges last week. Xen Crypto is the name, and on its first day of trading, it accounted for 40% of the total gas fees on the entire Ethereum network. So there's definitely a lot of buzz and traction involving this coin. But what is it? Who's the team that founded it? Could it be long-term successful? I'm going to dive into all that in today's episode. If it's your first time here, I do mostly trendy and altcoin deep dives, so don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Follow me on Twitter at bencryptoshow. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this project, or if there's any other projects you want to put a request in for me to cover. Without further ado, let's dive in. So, Xen Crypto, what is it? Well, they brand themselves as be your own bank and mint your way to financial freedom. And you get Xen tokens for free for just being you. They were started by a guy named Jack Levin. He was the 21st employee at Google, and he's founded a bunch of other tech companies. More on him later. And the coin, as mentioned, it's based on the principle that each of us should be our own bank and able to mint our own tokens, create our own money in a trustless way. It's an ERC20 token. Built on the Ethereum blockchain. It's built on based on first principles of crypto like decentralization, self-custody, transparency, and trust through consensus. More on that later. The Xen smart contract is immutable. It has no admin keys and it's open source. And here's where it gets kind of funky and different from the rest of the coins. It has no fixed supply. Xen tokens are created in perpetuity. Is that how you pronounce it? And there's no initial supply either. It starts from zero, and every user mints their own tokens and can do this forever. The algorithm will automatically adjust the minting difficulty depending on the rank a user has and the number of people that join the network after him. So the token supply starts at zero. People just start minting their own coins. There's no fixed cap either, the way there is on Bitcoin. Coins are just minted, and there is an infinite supply. Xen is minted for free, and its value stems from adoption growth, the amount of gas spent on the Ethereum blockchain, and the time between the claim and the mint. And your rank it's dependent sort of on how many participants are trying to mint at the same time. There's a lot of participants trying to mint, like there is now. You have a lower rank, and the difficulty to mine new tokens increases. Additionally, the how long you've committed to locking up your tokens also determines your rank. The longer you lock up your tokens for, the higher your rank is, and the more coins you will get minted. Here's the very complicated formula for how many coins that they will mint at a given time, which takes into account your rank, as mentioned. This is pretty complex. You can look at it if you want to there. And then, as mentioned previously, the three principles that the coin is founded on is the first three principles that are mentioned in Satoshi Nakamoto's Bitcoin white paper 12, 13 years ago. The first principle is to do self-custody. The first rule of Xen is that Xen masters are always in control of their keys, responsibly managing them. Second principle is truth by consensus, and Xen is an open source smart contract deployed on the Ethereum protocol. The code can't be changed by anyone, and it's verifiable and audited. And the third principle is decentralization, and Xen achieves true mastery because there's no management team capable of changing this code. There's no admin keys to the smart contract either. So this kind of looks like sort of a marketing thing here, but it's good. They're really sort of deploying the kind of old school traditional crypto values that always does seem to resonate with the community and does contribute to a project's success, even though it's not really anything unusual here. Most crypto projects incorporate all these values to a certain extent. Now let's compare Xen to Hex because they're a little bit similar, as you can tell by their mechanisms, also the website. The values are kind of the same too. A lot of the same community members are fans of both. So what are the differences and similarities? Similarities, both projects reward holders for the amount of time they invest in holding onto their tokens. And the longer you hold, the higher your staking yield is. The yield is paid. The yield that is paid to stakers comes from inflation and not other users. Let's see. Now, how are they different? Hex is a little bit more centralized. Xen is a little bit more decentralized. Not that one's better than the other, but that's a difference right there. Hex did do a fundraise down here. Xen did not do a fundraise. They just started at zero. And then both are inflationary. Both have unlimited supplies. and Xen incorporate in determining how many tokens a person gets. Xen incorporates the ranking system, whereas Hex does not incorporate that. In order to start minting, it's pretty easy, just like the way you'd start minting any other coin. Just download and install MetaMask and take it from here. And then, as I mentioned, the coin has been getting a ton of traction lately. So it hit exchanges a week ago, last Thursday. And then in the 7 days since then, there have been 1 million active, or 1 million wallets have been created. And then there's 718,000 active minters. That's pretty impressive. So tons of wallets created, and then about 72% of them are actually daily minting. So that's very impressive usage stats. And as mentioned, the Xen token accounted for 40% of the total gas fees in the first 24 hours on the Ethereum blockchain, the first 24 hours last Thursday when it was listed on an exchange. Let's get into the metrics. So it's an ERC20 token. As mentioned, no market cap is listed yet. The rank is 2655 in terms of total market cap. So sort of a medium, small size coin. It looks like they'll probably have a total market cap, I don't know, maybe in the low 100 millions or so. That's just what I'm guessing. Trading wise, it's thin liquidity, but not terribly thin liquidity. Like if you're trading it on MEXC right here, you'd probably want to slip in about $2,000 at a time, either on a buy or a sell if you're doing a market order, in order to not be affected by slippage. So I've seen worse. I've seen coins where you can only slip in $100, $200 at a time. It's not like this. $2,000 at a time. If you're on Gate, more like $500, $600 at a time. And then the audits here, so everyone should be paying attention to audits with new coins like this. Certec, that's one of the big ones, the most stamp of approvals that you're looking for there. They gave it passing marks, and it's also kind of cool since this was started by developers here. They not only just posted that Certec passed it, the audits are complex. A lot of times they cost in the tens of thousands of dollars to complete, and then this team of Xen developers looked at all the notes that Certec made in completing their audits, and they commented on them, like, potential very minor security vulnerabilities and what they're going to do to increase those over the future. And they published all the resorts here, so it's pretty cool. Definitely a technically savvy team. Price action, so it came out last Thursday. Obviously, in the first day or two, you don't really want to trade these coins. Prices can go up or down, usually down. A lot of, there's always coins that become unlocked. That's not the case here, but it's a very volatile price action at the beginning, but it appears to have kind of leveled off in the last three days here. It's pretty flat at around 0.000020. So if you're long-term bullish on this coin, you think that the minting formula is going to work, then now is probably the time going to buy, because there doesn't appear to be any downside volatility in the future, but we'll see. What exchanges is it on? It's on a lot of medium-sized ones, not any of the big ones yet, but it's on Uniswap, Gate, they're like the 6th biggest exchange, Huobi, their 5th, 6th, 7th biggest exchange, Poloniex, MEXC, that's a pretty big exchange right there. What else? A bunch of small sort of decentralized exchanges. So the exchanges they're not on the big three: FTX, Binance, Coinbase. They're not on Crypto.com either, and they're also not on KuCoin and OKX. But they are on Gates and Huobi, so those are Asian-based exchanges that are about the same size as KuCoin and OKX. So this is kind of good. They have some credibility, but obviously price increases happen when you get listed on the big ones, and they're not listed yet. So if and when they do, you can expect price pumps there. Tokenomics and fundraise. So as mentioned, there was no fundraise with this coin. The supply market cap just started at 0, which also means that there's no token allocations, there's no vesting schedules, there's no investor allocations, and there's no team allocations, there's no developer allocation, all that stuff. All the minting just happens based on the minting formula, which is kind of complicated, but you can check it out on the websites if you want. There was no pre-mint either. Everything is started at 0. There is staking, as there are with all these sorts of coins. So this is a positive here. The staking rates are pretty good, I think. The maximum stake time is 1,000 days. That's 3 years, and the APY is 20% per year if you commit to staking for those 1,000 days. This is good because it's on the high side, but it's not unrealistically high, like in Yield Nodes, the video I just did. Obviously, crypto is going to be a little more risky than usual, and we do see staking yields 15 to 20% per year, which is high and sometimes unattainable, but for the most part, it is pretty attainable. And when you stake, there's always a risk involved. So everyone knows that. So as long as you're not seeing, 15 to 20% per quarter or week, because that gets the really unattainable, almost impossible. And 20% per year, if you commit to 3 years, that's pretty realistic right there. So I like this. And then it declines by 1% every 90 days to arrive at 2%. Once it reaches 2%, it remains fixed and it's non-compounding. So all you need to know here, basically, just if you commit to 3 years, 20%. If you commit to a lesser period of time or withdraw early, then it is proportionally less than 20% annualized per year. Team. So, as I mentioned, founded by this guy, Jack Levin, 21st employee at Google. He's also an angel investor, hacker. He's been around for a while in the tech space. He created this company called Image Hack. I wasn't too familiar. I guess it's a picture uploading website. So, like a .com website, not really anything crypto related here. He's definitely a seasoned tech entrepreneur. He's got a huge, so this is kind of surprising. He's got a huge Twitter following, 387,000 people, but I hadn't heard of him. And then if you look in the followed by, he's only got like 5 or 6 sort of mutual followers as me. Usually when somebody has a huge following like this, they have about 50, 60, 70 mutual followers. No, only 4 or 5, which means despite his huge following, it doesn't appear to be a very crypto heavy following. I don't really know who his followers are, but it's definitely legit. There's a lot of traction underneath his posts. He's, it's none of this is faked or whatever. He definitely has a big following and there's a lot of engagement. It just, I guess, is in the general sort of tech space, not crypto specific. Who knows? Then the Xen Crypto page, so the project's brand new. It was just created in September 2022 and then hit exchanges last week, as mentioned. So the page here is kind of new. I'm definitely going to be paying attention to the community going forward. A project like Hex has managed to be successful for such a long period of time, mainly just because of the community. It's a great, really engaged, super loyal community. Been going strong for 3 years. So if Xen can replicate that, I think that's going to be the difference. Is this project going to be long-term successful or not? Now, we know Jack Levin has a huge Twitter following, but is that going to engage to a big, loyal, long-term community? I don't know. We shall see. But people definitely appear to be interested in the minting and getting the free tokens, as demonstrated by the 1 million tokens and 718,000 daily active minters in the first week. So there's a lot of buzz. A lot of people are excited about this coin, even though I'm getting a lot of, texts from people that hadn't really heard of it, but they're reading it's big. So it's definitely getting a lot of buzz. And if you look at the comment section of Coin Market Cap, I always look at this. It's in the right corner here. See, it's just a good way to kind of quickly see what the buzz is. So I kind of expected a lot, but if you see just a lot of comments every hour, a lot of positive bullish comments, that is a good sign. On the other hand, if you only see a couple of comments a day for a coin, like in the first few weeks, that means not a lot of people are talking about it. But this time, a lot of people are talking about it. It's mostly bullish. The coin will mint Lambo soon. Big pump coming ahead. I'm bullish on Xen. Very big pump tonight. So, not surprisingly, this definitely appears to be a very retail-heavy coin, judging by the way people are talking, pumping, Lambo. Those are the coins I like the most just because they have the greatest potential for significant price rises and big, loyal communities. And that's it. So Xen Crypto, it's definitely a cool project. I think the zero supply start at and then free minting feature is pretty unique. I don't know of any other projects like that. Obviously, the team experience is top-notch. Jack Levin, 21st employee at Google. It does appear to be mostly a one-person team at the moment, but that doesn't mean that the team won't grow with the success of the project. Obviously, with new coins like this, definitely do your due diligence, but this is definitely a project I'm excited to see where it turns out. That's it for today. I'll be back tomorrow with a new episode. Ben Crypto signing out. Later. We shall see.